Hey guys, welcome to my new channel, and this is the first episode of my new show, Let's Watch a Movie, with me, Anthony Jackson, where I'll be doing movie reviews, and we'll just be talking about upcoming movie news, and just having a good old time. And today we'll be reviewing Tron Legacy, sequel to Disney's 1982 film, Tron. So, directed by Joseph Kosinski, first-time director. Before this, just directed music videos and commercials, I believe. Written by Adam Horowitz and Edward Kitsis. They are two writers from Lost. Now, the movie stars Jeff Bridges as Kevin Flynn and Clue, Garrett Hedlund as his son Sam Flynn. Olivia Wilde shows up. You might remember her from House. She shows up as Cora. Michael Sheen has a couple scenes, and Cillian Murphy, who I didn't even know was in it, is at the beginning as Dillinger, son, first film's villain. And I mentioned Bruce Boxleiter's back as Adam Bradley and Tron. Now let me start off by saying that I am a huge Tron fan, so my review might be a little bit biased. Kevin Flynn disappears one night and no one sees him, and so his son is now 27 years old, goes to his old arcade and gets transported into the grid, where he meets up with Clue 2.0, Cora, and his dad. Now, like I was saying, Jeff Bridges plays two parts, plays Kevin Flynn and Clue 2.0, which is a program that he created to run the grid when he's not there, because he can come and go as he pleases now, because he figured out a way. And if you don't remember, Clue is a hacking program he wrote in the first one, who gets captured and destroyed by the Master Control program at the beginning. Now this movie is gorgeous. It is beautiful. I'd say visually it's probably on par with Avatar, which I hated. The film is also in 3D. Really good 3D, because it was shot in 3D and not converted. It's not like too blam in your face 3D. It's done very subtly. I mean, not to where you can't tell. It's just tremendous. Another thing with the 3D is it's only 3D when you're in the grid, and I knew that going in, and I was like, I wonder if people are going to be sitting there wearing their glasses in the opening 15 minutes of the film, not in 3D, and if they would get up and leave thinking they're in the wrong theater. But then at the beginning of the film it says like this movie is shot in 3D, but not all of it's in 3D, but please keep your glasses on because we're not going to tell you when 3D is coming up. So Sam goes to the grid, finds his dad. They have to stop Clue, who has gone like a rogue, I guess. Rogue program is just ruling the grid and turning people into mindless slaves for his army to rule the world. Now the story here isn't the best. I mean, I did expect a little bit better coming from two of the writers from Lost. The story in the first one wasn't that great either. It's like you go from writing for a phenomenal show like Lost to writing a mediocre story-wise movie. It's kind of like those really dumb comedies from two of the writers of scary movies, because the first two scary movies were really good, but every other crappy comedy making fun of crap that they would make would be a piece of shit. Sort of like that, but not as bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, the story does drag a little bit in certain parts, talking about crap I don't really understand, because I'm not all super tech savvy, like ISOs and this and that. But I mean, I still enjoyed it. Another thing is because so Kevin Flynn creates Clue in the 80s, and since programs don't age, why would a program age? What they did they did the same kind of facial capturing that they did for Curious Case of Benjamin Button to make Jeff Bridges look like he's in his 30s instead of 60s. When you watch it, it looks really, not really fake, but you can tell it's not real. Just think of it as you're playing a video game, a really good CG cutscene, where the muscles around their mouths move when they talk, but their lips don't really move with it. That's what it looks like, kind of. So when he's sitting there talking, you're it kind of looks fake, but not enough to bother me. So Garrett Hedlund, who plays Sam, Kevin's son, I think he does a really good job as the hero type. He's sort of like a Bruce Wayne-ish kind of, he grows up without parents and he has all this money. He doesn't really care for the company that his father's built for him and stuff, and not really a billionaire playboy, but what he does is he pulls pranks and stuff on the company to piss them off, like 10 minutes before their new operating system goes live, he hacks into the system and puts it out on the internet for everyone for free, because that's what his dad wanted before his dad disappeared, just like to share with everyone and not really want to have people pay for anything. I was really surprised to see Cillian Murphy as Dillinger's son, because I was sitting there like, is that Cillian Murphy? Kinda looks like him. I don't know who I'm looking at because I saw the movie by myself. But I mean, he wasn't in the credits either. But if you look up on IMDb, he's in it uncredited. Also, Michael Sheen shows up for like a scene or two as Zeus, the owner of a nightclub. It's kind of a turd, but he has his like, I guess he's sort of supposed to be like the comic relief because he does like funny things that made me chuckle, like shoots lasers out of his like cane and air guitars. You might have seen that in the trailer. He's very reminiscent of like 80s David Bowie. Also, one of the best parts about this movie, besides the visuals, is the score. It's just phenomenal. It's done by Daft Punk, like a techno band. They also appear in the movie, but it is just like, I'd say like the best score of the year. Like, and I really dug the Trent Reznor score on Social Network, and I dug Inception's score. But this is probably like my favorite score this whole year. Really good score. Seeing Jeff Bridges as Kevin Flynn was really cool because he kind of because he gets sucked into the grid in the 80s and stuck there. So he's not up with the time, so he still kind of talks like he's in the 80s, and at some points he like says stuff where I'm like, it's the dude. Like, I think he says like, I want to knock on the sky and hear what it sounds like. And I was like, that's not a Kevin Flynn saying. It sounds more like a Lebowski saying. It's got everything you love about the original. You got your light cycles. You got your ships from Space Paranoids. You have your tanks. You have retro light cycles from the first movie. You have new vehicles like light jets, the disc battles, and the light cycle sequence is probably like one of the best sequences of the movie. So yeah, I really love the movie. If you're going to see it, I recommend seeing it in 3D. I give it an 8 out of 10. The story isn't as solid, and the acting isn't the best, but it's not the worst. But plus again, I'm a huge Tron fan, so I'd recommend it to anybody. I'm trying to get my family to watch the original Tron, so I can go with everyone individually to see it again, so I can see it like 10 times. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and leave me comments down below. Do whatever, and maybe later I'll post a link or something to like my old channel with a bunch of my short films and whatnot. So yeah, take it easy.